Hi guys, and welcome to another video from myself. Today we're going to be taking a look at the differences between a pure loop and a silent loop 2 all-in-one water cooler from BeQuiet. BeQuiet kindly sent me both of these. This one we fitted back in end of March, so it's only been a couple of months that I've had this installed, and I'm going to be switching it out today for the silent loop and then comparing the two. So I've had a good use of that. Overall, that's a really good cooler, and to be honest, I don't need to replace it. The upgrade from that to that might not be worth it. We'll see. We will see. In terms of spec, obviously they're both 360. The mounting kits are pretty the same. Both support Intel 1700, 1200, 2066, which is the one I've got, 1150, 1151, and 1155, and 2011-3. And they also support AMD AM4. The Silent Loop 2 also supports the STRX4 Threadripper, but it is an optional mounting kit. Both obviously have 3 fans. The Pure Loop is running the Pure Wings 2 120mm fans. They run at 2000 revolutions per minute and have a rifle bearing and a 4-pole motor. And the Silent Loop 2 runs, again, 3 fans, but they're the Silent Wings fans, which are a little bit different. So they run at an extra 200 RPM, so 2200. They've got a fluid dynamic bearing and a 6-pole motor. These should be quieter. Now, the reason they run a little bit faster is the pump is also slower in this. So again, like I know a few of you have commented on the video that I done on the Pure Loop. You can hear the pump one. I can't hear that myself, but this will be a lot less because the pump speed on this is 5,500 and the pump speed on this is 2,800. So it's way down, which shouldn't change the cooling because of the higher rate fans, different fans. We'll see how it goes. Both same length tubing, which is 400mm, same as the 280 in fact, which I've also got. That's in my other PC, so I'm going to have a backup one, if you like. I've also got a Corsair let's say 240mm. Yeah, 240mm cooler, which is really old. And it's, yeah, but at its end of life, shall we say, which I don't use. But still, it still works, but I don't use it. So yeah, it's pretty much very similar in spec. I'm going to unbox this now, and then I'm going to plug in my old PC to record. So we'll switch camera, and then we'll go to swapping out that one for this one. So let's go and unbox this. Need my knife. Got my Stanley knife. Completely sealed. Big shout out to BeQuiet for sending me this. Very much appreciated. They didn't have any stock in March, otherwise I would have just got this one. So we've had to wait a bit, but we've got them back in stock, and he was like, yeah, it'll be with you in a couple of days. Brilliant. They got great delivery as well. So, literally took 2 days to come from Germany. Shot that over there for now with a load of other rubbish. Yeah. Taking some photos of the box, I'll take that later. Again, opens this way. It's going to be pretty much the same. A few bits and pieces. All your mounting kits. I will swap the mounting kit over for this one. And the other thing I didn't say was this has got RGB. The other one's only got an LED. So the other one, the Pure Loop, is literally just a pure white LED, which is like it kind of matches with anything, to be fair. But obviously this, you'll be able to tune into your colour scheme of your PC. We have got 3 of the Silent Wings fans, which, as I say, they run slightly faster. I did have the information by how much sort of cubic feet of air they put out, but I can't find that information again now. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that. But I will again use these fans as opposed to the other. It's a shame I haven't got a double set because I could have done a push-pull, which would have been even better because the case will accommodate it. But it doesn't matter. They've also got, incidentally, got some more filler, so I've got 2 bottles. No, I've got 3 bottles because I've got one in there. Loads of extra coolant. Yeah, incidentally, they've brought out some lovely RGB fans. You should take a look at those. I might order me a set at some point. You can see. Other things are needed at the moment, though. Pop this out. The box for a moment. Have it. So it's a nice clean design because you're not really going to see the thing up in the top. And obviously that will sit like that, and then the RGB lights up around it. We will take off the plastic as and when. So I'm going to turn this PC off now. Switch over to the other case. Get rid of those, and start stripping down the PC and swap it over into that one. Swapping that one over into the other one. Right, we're back. We're on the old PC, up and running, no problems at all, and we've got our better PC, should we call it, here. And I've got to remember how to take these off now. Well, there's a button. That was it. There's a button to pop that off, lift that out and take them out of the way. We should pop those down there. I'm going to do the back one as well, because we do need to get to the cabling. It's going to be fun. I haven't done this for a while. Right, what's the best way to do this? Hammer. No. No. We are going to spin it around. Luckily, it looks like I'll put the cables down through here, which means I can undo our excellent Velcro that BeQuiet comes up with. Follow that down. Oh, I might have done a what's his name one there. Never mind. That looks like that one. Let's pop him out. I think it's all these 3 actually. Saying that, let's pop all 3 of those out. I'm going to have to carefully cut that cable tie. The only problem with these. Spin that round so I can get to it better. So you're using a knife. Mine's not very sharp one by the looks of it, which is good because it means I won't cut the cable. Won't cut the plastic either. There we go. But we can get that out of the way, chuck that over there, and pull these cables back out and through. So there's that one. There's that one. And the final one, which will be coming off of there by the looks of it, it's that one. Excellent, we got the right 3. So they can be popped through. This should be quite straightforward. Don't entangle that cable. There we go. Pop that through there. Spin it back round. It's been running lovely, this system has. We are going to have to do a bit of a look up on the motherboard, which means I have to get the motherboard box out because I need to work out where to plug the RGB into, which obviously that's quite important. I'm going to remove this bracket as well because I don't know if there's any difference in sort of the depth to this pump compared to the other one. So there could be a difference there. So we need our trusty iFixit toolkit. I've had this a while. Gotta find the right one. I can never find. The only problem with these, if you're watching iFixit, is if you've got a little bit bad eyesight, you cannot read the writing on that at all. Now I happen to have. Where is it? I've got to find it. Here we go. An iFixit JPEG, which means I can go in and zoom in on it and look, which is so good if you know which one you're looking for. We are going to go for, I need a Philips, which is that one, I believe. Pop our bracket off, hopefully I've got the right one. I could do a bit bigger actually. Let's try the next one. I I normally would use my red and black screwdriver. In fact, I might do. No, this one's good. I'm going to unscrew this. I'm hoping I've got enough what's his name paste as well, which my Cryonaut. So I buy Cryonaut, and I'm pretty sure that's a full one. But I thought I had two. I thought I had a part full one and a full one, but it doesn't look like I have. But if I haven't, oh wait, no, I meant to undo these ones. Do it the correct way, Slim. There we go, that one and that one. God, it's been a while. It's been a couple of months since I've taken this apart. Yeah, we're just doing this as a quick swap over. Do I leave the plastic on this? No. There we go. And I've got to take out that as well, which goes up and over. Ooh. Hang on. Give me a sec. Where does that go? Just find that cable. Oh, that goes somewhere else. Where does that go? Okay. Luckily, this is a windy up one I can untie. That goes into there. There we go. Unhook that. Then it's a case of undoing these. Put those down there. This has got pure loop written on this, but the other one hasn't got anything. I'm going to grab the other one out. It's just plain. But it doesn't matter because when the side of the case goes back on, you can't see that anyway. So we're all good. So that's that now out. And I should be able to pull that out with all the cables attached. There's another cable. There's one more cable. Damn it. Where does that one go? Rest that on there a minute. I'm hoping that's another socketed one. It is. Excellent. Undo the cable tie. Pop that out, and away we go. There's the other one removed. So I've just got to take that off of there now, which is fairly easy. Going to rest it on there. I'm going to want these screws to screw this back in. I'm going to set the other one up. Screwdriver bit out. That helps. So much easier working on these like this. Getting the old 280 in the other case, in the previous case, was an absolute nightmare. You just got a better way of doing that. Rest it across both legs. Lots of little screws. We can use those again, they'd be fine. Well, the screwdriver been out again. And the screw not upright there as well. Better. God, I'm so fussy. Because it's got a magnetic bit on it. It's easy to pop it out and keep it attached to the screw. Now I could have set up the other one prior to this, but I didn't. So that's going to come out. That can go back up there for a minute. That way. So we know which way that goes in. And what I need to do is just clean off the gunk off of there as well. And off the processor. I probably don't do this quite the correct way because I use, what's his name, tissue. Oh, I'm getting it all over the place. Clean it off there. I do have the cleaning fluids, but I'm not going to bother with this bit. We shall do it on the processor though, once I've taken those clips out. So that's the old one out, which is the purely. I'm going to leave the fans attached for now because I'll put it away later. We want a bit of that now. Oh no, I need to take the bracket out. That's the old bracket. Take those out as well. Can't remember. I'll have to check in the old when we go to install the other one in a minute. I do a little bit detest taking computers apart because you never know if things are going to go wrong or not. Or you miss something, or you damage something. And it would have been good to have swapped the memory out right this time, but I haven't bought memory. I'm currently looking at what to do next, whether to do the memory, which I could do now, or wait and do it at a later date, because 80 gig is enough. It pretty much keeps up with everything. And replace my NAS. Because my NAS is pretty full, and if I want to keep keeping all my footage, then I kind of need to get a bigger one, and that isn't going to be cheap. That is like the price of a PC basically. Right, I'm going to get a bit of this stuff on here. I'm going to clean our 10920X. More fluid on there. Yeah, I have to take that out. And then a bit of the purifier. Should get proper cloth really, but where I don't do it very often, like people are going to say, "Oh, you're like that's terrible. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't use those. It's the worst thing you can do." But it's never done me any harm. So that's better. Nice clean. Processor. The brain of the system. There we go, that'll do. Chuck that away. Now we've got to rig up the other one with all the fans. So I can get rid of that. those in there. I forgot I had a tray. Let's put these screws in this tray. Handy little tray that all the screws in. I'll put that on top of my microphone box. We will get all of that out of the way. Those can go in the drawer. Don't need those anymore. And what we're going to do, pop that down there. We're going to attach our Silent Wings free fans to the radiator, which you're not really going to see, so I shall probably cut the video and then be back in a moment. So these have got the dynamic fluid bearings, which are going to make them so much quieter. Now, the cables have to come out the back, which is this side. So I'm going to do them that way. Little manual. And that's the screws in there for it. Let's get my mobile out of the way, don't need that. Yeah, it's kind of a bit, oh, I don't want to take this apart in case something goes wrong. I know I've got a pair of scissors somewhere. I don't know where my scissors have gone. I bet I've used them somewhere else in the house, in the flat. There they are, found them, they're on the box. Cut these little packets down. Well, you can tear them. Don't want them to go everywhere. Actually, I don't need those little screws, I can use these ones. Oh, they're a little bit different. I don't know if you're going to see that on camera. Will that focus in? But you've only got the thread at the very end, which is handy. I like that. So they've even thought about improving the screws. How good is that? So I am going to replace them with the screws that come with the Silent Loop, just in case there are any difference in depth or anything. I don't want to damage any threads or any accidentally go through too far into the radiator itself. We'll use all the correct screws and the correct mounting kit. So I need to check if those have got to come off. What I'll do with the other two. There we go. That was easy. This should improve noise quality. Now I have taken a short video of a decibel meter on my phone. I don't know how good it's going to be though at like being able to determine if there's any difference or not, because I'm not really geared up for stuff like that. So I can't rule out road noise, and I live near a busy road. This is going really quick. I like this. I don't remember if the other one didn't have rubber mounts on the screws. So these have got rubber mounts on the screws, which should cut down on any vibration, which will be a lovely improvement. So they have, I kind of knew that they had, because obviously I got the Silent Loop 2 in the other PC, but there's little things like that they've done to improve things. I didn't notice about the screws though, but as I say, it was 6 months ago since I've done the Silent Loop in the other machine. Probably leave this bit in and just to get the video up nice and quickly. This is going so quick. I've got to be a stickler. I'm trying to put the fans around. So all the fans are already fitted outside. All the cables are at the top. So basically when that goes in that side, all the cables come out the back. So going correctly, pipes down that side. This will come down and around. We've only got one cable there, which I think, oh no, there's two. I'll have to have a look in the manual, because I think one of those, you've got like a little switch thing you can put on it, because I had to do it on the other one. So on my 280mm that's in the PC that I'm recording on now, the motherboard hasn't got RGB connectors on it. So you have a little thing that plugs into here. Sorry, into one of the, I can't remember which one, but it plugs into one of these two. I think it's that one. And then you've got a little switch that you can press to select the different modes. Or we won't have that because we can plug. This motherboard's got all the RGB connectors on it, so I've just got to work out which one I've got to plug into. Then we can plug into that and we can control the RGB on this. So yeah, it'd be quite nice to have both coolers the same now. So I've got to work out which bracket we need, because I do want to take the correct bracket and use the one in here. Well, I know which one it's going to be. And yes, it looks like we've got to take those things out. Because the AMD bracket, no, just kidding. Yeah, in case I haven't got enough thermal compound, I have got BeQuiet, and I've still got the other one in the other box as well. So I do have enough thermal compound, so we'll be putting the PC back together today. So don't worry on that. It's not, is it that one? No, that's AMD. I'm confusing myself by saying we need the AMD one, knowing that I've got an Intel. That's the AMD one, we don't need that. That can go away. It's going to be in here, which is the Intel one. So keep all the Intel, because there's a load of different Intel mounts. I keep them separately. And there's that one. Have they labelled the bags? Intel 1700 and 1800. We don't need that one. I'm pretty sure it's this one. In which case I can use those same screws by the looks of it. And they do look identical. But just in case there's any difference in height, we will use, there is no difference in height. Let me just pop that out. So we don't need that one. So this is the new one, this is the old one. And let's put them back to back. They are different, slightly. They're the same height. Are they different? No, they're not. They're identical. So we could use those ones and keep these ones in the bag. I think we're good. So I need them taking those off. Da, da, da. Yeah, so that's your connection there. I got like 3 of these booklets now, all the same. And that's the little, I don't think the booklet, the other booklet I've got shows all this. It might do, as I say, I haven't looked at it for quite a while. Right. So the ARGB header needs to be a 5-volt one. So I need to look at to which one that is on the motherboard. Right, let's get these out of the way. I'm going to put our... I'm going to do what I said I wasn't going to do. I'm going to use the one that we've got here. Which way up did it come off? That way, right. Screwdriver, there we go. Could have left this in, because these are fiddly. Like I say, I'm going to turn this around just slightly so I'm more square onto it. Makes it a bit awkward for you to see, but I might cut a lot of this out. Does it show the outer ones? One, only loosely fitted. The thing I hate most about fiddling around with PCs is dropping screws in the case. I know there's an M.2 shield screw down the bottom of this case somewhere which I can't get out. Well, you came out of there. You can go back in. No, you're not going to go in square. That's not right. I will cut this out. You don't need to see this. I will go quiet while I try and concentrate on lining up these screws. Why don't you line up? Yeah. Right. Could be a long video. That is not lining up at all. Okay. Why not? I've got it stuck. We'll need a bit of that to try and grip it. There we go. That was a lot harder than what it should have been. Screw that in properly. Whew. Right, do the other one now. God, why was that so difficult? I just couldn't line that hole up. Hopefully this one will go in. Easy enough. Yeah, see, that one went straight in. Just that bottom left one. He says, and then this one's going to go funny as well. No, we got that one straight in. I thought that was going to go funny then for a moment. We are good. Wrap it in. Excellent. Right. Next step is to get this screwed onto there. So that's going to go. Pull the cables out of the way. Pop that over there somehow. There we go. That's how that goes in. And that's going to come out like that and go straight on top. Oop, did I just hit a key? Hopefully we're still recording. Put the screwdriver down. Where did I put it? There we go. Get these started. And we'll get it positioned right. And tighten some of them up. Or tighten them all up once we got it right in the right place. So I'm literally just getting the threads going on these now. So they're not screwed down, they're not fixing it to it properly. But that gives me the chance to move it about a bit, check it's going to fit in the case. I'm pretty confident our ARGB is one of these at the top. I've got two up the top there, or there is one at the bottom of the case, I believe. There might even be two at the bottom of the case, or bottom of the motherboard, should I say. Need to check. Right, they're in. I just want to check. And that slots in there and there. Like so. How far we want to go forward or backward. And it doesn't really matter, to be honest. We can go all the way forward or all the way backward. I'm going to go there, and then I've got room to screw in here. That I'm tempted. I'm a bit picky when it comes to things like this. I'm going to go there. That'll be enough. We get this side screwed down. So much easier to work on. BeQuiet, you've made one hell of a good case and some good coolers. That's what I've got to say. Because the Pure Loop, I will show you a side-by-side comparison, but like from memory, it's about 50 degrees my CPU. So as long as this is equal to it and quieter on the noise, it's a win, isn't it? I think. Right, now before I put this in, I need to get my motherboard manual out. Make sure these are all tight. I mean, it's not going to fall out, obviously, because I forgot how heavy this was as well when it's fully populated with all the stuff. Because I want to take it off my main desk and put it on here, and I barely could lift it. There's a lot of weight. When you think what's in it, I mean, the GPU is a heavy thing. This is not too heavy, but it adds up. And then the power supply is heavy. I've got a 1200 watt BeQuiet straight power 11 in there, platinum. And then I've got 2 mechanical hard drives. I think 2 SSDs on the back and 2 M.2s. So we're running 6 hard drives in here, effectively. Right. So before that goes in, well, that can go kind of in. These can, there's some free cables. These are better cables as well. So these are braided. The others weren't, which is really nice. They've really upped their game on the Silent Loop. So that can go through like that. And that can screw in now, because I can get to these. I was just a bit worried I couldn't get to those. Let's find my mother box. My motherboard box. My mother box. This is a box that you keep your mothers in. Yeah. I've got all sorts in here. There's my M.2 shield that I've lost the other screw for. Which is really annoying. It's in the bottom of that case somewhere. And like for the life of me, you can rattle it about and can't find it anywhere. I could take out. No. So, see how clean my PC is? Right, after 2 months. Nice, isn't it? That's back in. I'm running with the old airflow panels as well, so that does make it a little bit noisier. Let's just throw the manual on the floor. Oh, look what else is in here. All sorts. Is that an ARGB cable? I think that's an ARGB cable. We got the stickers. And the side stickers. All sorts of screws and that in here and stuff, which we don't need. This is what we want, right. So what we want is a 5-volt ARGB. We have a cutaway diagram somewhere. Yeah, motherboard manufacturers, do away with that. Come on, been long enough. You can make one connector. It's about time they all got together and sorted that shit out. It's the worst invention out. Is fitting those front panel connectors. What they are. We'll find it, bear with me. So the ports, fan and pump headers, we're getting closer. Front audio, USB, chassis intrusion, CMOS battery, here we go, RGB. Right, JRGB1, which is the one down the bottom, is a 12 volt, so we don't want that. here we go. Addressable RGB connectors. J Rainbow connectors allow you to connect a WS28112B individually addressable RGB LED strip 5 volts. So I'm pretty confident it's that. Has that got a, let me for a moment now I thought we had a wait, that's Rainbow 2. Oh, J Rainbow 1 and 2. So the one down the bottom, is it? Yeah, okay. So I've got one down the bottom that I could use for case RGB if I wanted to. Don't think we need that. So I'm pretty confident, turn my torch off my phone, that that's the correct one. It's kind of annoying that it says ARGB in the BeQuiet manual, and then this says, well, I suppose that's what that is, addressable RGB, ARGB, isn't it? That's right. So we got the right one. Right, we know it. So that one, which comes off of here, and is that connector, so we need to undo this, goes there. And then that one is our pump, which goes up there. So the other two that we've got around here can be removed now, I think. That can come out. So that was the connector on the other one, which just gave us our SATA power to the two connectors for the LED in that. So that effectively just needed power for the LED. Let's get those out of the way. So this one's a little bit different. I'm going to need the torch on my phone again so I can see. I had this phone for years. And I downloaded an app with a torch, and I was using it for years until I realised the phone's already got that built into it. It's like so that's a yeah, that's fine. So this is because there's not another one, so there's only one cable on this, so that's nice. That goes on there, he says. There we go, like that. I'll over this so it's nice. And that's going to go through the back, but effectively we are going to go that way round. I need to lift that up a minute. And we should be able to use, I'm going to pop that on there for now. Untangle that, so I'm going to chuck that down there for a moment. Should be able to use Mystic Light to control that, and then I should be able to colour match the LED off of my keyboard and mouse, the graphics card and that, and be all of the same colour, which would be great. Right, need to screw those two in. Fix that. We'll sort the cabling out in a minute. We'll get some thermal paste on there. Does that look good? Oh, I like it when it's coming together. That needs to go there. Thermal paste. Get that screwed on. And then we'll try and tidy those cables up through the back at some point. We're almost there. So we're going to do the peel. Let that dangle for a minute. I'm going to put the case on its side just because it's going to be easier to do the pasting. You're not going to see it, but it doesn't matter. It's now an empty one. No more swapping coolers over, Slim. You're out of paste. I swear we have more than one of those. There is only one of those in the box, isn't there? Yeah. Right. Spread that out a little bit. Fairly even coat. I've seen better coats. More rubbish to throw away. I've got some Arctic silver as well, which I don't know if that's any good because that's been in there a long time. That'll do. Dry in there so it's not going to make any mess anywhere. And I'm going to fit this while we're on the side because it's easier. Come on, get the screwdriver in the hole. I hate lining up screws. Oh, is that it? That's it. I'm going to get my bigger screwdriver just because it's easier to reach down in. Yeah, much easier. Oop, no, that wasn't in. It is now. A little bit each side. I hate doing this. It's one thing when you haven't done it a lot. Right, that one is enough. You never want to over tighten them and bust the pins on the CPU, because that's an expensive fix. Right, we're down. We're good. We peeled. You over there. I'm trying to pull the cables through. I can tidy them up around the back then. Let's lift it back up the right way. There it is. Next time you'll see it, it'll be plugged in, kind of. Right. So I want to pull these through. Here we go. That's better. What do I do with those ties? I could tie that to that, but that's that one, that's that one, that's that one. Right, get those out of the way a minute. I knew one of them would be awkward and flip back across. Oh, there you go. Right. Oh, I just lost that cable tie. Where did that go? I've no idea. Okay. Got another one there, which that's got to be tied up. I have knocked one of my... Well, that's not very good, is it? My hard drive plugs are very loose. Not good at all. A new cable for that. That'll do. I'll hold it in place. Right, that can go down there. Use that other cable tie. I've got one more left. This one's a bit big, but fair enough. Didn't want to put a whopping great big cable tie in there. I suppose I could trim it. Or just tuck it. Like that. Right, so these come down through here. There's our last one. And then go back into... Which way do they go? They go this way, don't they? One. Two. This should have done top to bottom. No, we're good. Three. So those and that one go in there. cable tie around so it's nice, like that. I'll tuck that down and in. That one's quite a long one, isn't it? I could have put those in there as well, really. Never mind. That'll do. Now I do tend to have a bit of problem getting this side case back on because of these cables down the bottom here for the hard drives are a little bit tight to say the least, but it does work. See? Swing that around. It's going to look good. Next time you see it, it'll be on. Case back in. Doesn't that look good? Right, we're done. I need to power that all back up now, so I need to switch this PC off and swap it over because I've got the old PC on the desk. It's just simpler to do it that way. We'll get rid of that, which can go. That's not hold the screwdriver near glass because that's not what it's going to be. I could just throw the screwdriver on the floor. Or I could put it in the drawer. Yeah, let's get that plugged back in. Get it lit up. Sort the software out for the RGB. Make it the same colour. Make sure the temps are good. And then go from there. So I shall be back in a mo. Right, we are back up and running. I'm just going to move that in so you can see it. It's a shame it's so bright it glares. I've turned off the GPU at the moment, but you get an idea. It looks gorgeous. Unfortunately, because of the glare off of the camera, you can't see it as clear as I can. I'll try and do a nighttime shot as well. If I turn the GPU back on, you'll get an idea. Immediately we had the RGB went to the right colour. It picked it up off the motherboard settings, which is fantastic. I've run a quick test in World of Warships, which I did also on the Pure Loop before I dismantled the PC, and they're both running at around about the same temperatures. Again, I'll pop them up on the screen. Right, so we've got a little side-by-side comparison for you here of the BeQuiet's Pure Loop and Silent Loop 2 water coolers. They're both 360mm, both AIOs. They do run different fans and different pump speeds. I've got it set to minimum RPMs on the fans because I like a quiet system. Now, the decibel meter basically was reading about 65 decibels on both setups, so they're both very similar in terms of audio levels. Now, as I said before, I couldn't hear the pump coil whine that people do complain of on the Pure Loop. I can't hear it on this either, so on the Silent Loop. So they're both pretty much the same to me. So if you did hear a coil one previously, the chances are you won't hear it on the Silent Loop. Now, you'll see the temps right at the top, which we're looking at. They're averaging about 55 degrees on the Pure Loop, and they're averaging about 45 degrees, about 10 degrees less on the Silent Loop 2, which is a shock to me. I was expecting about the same, because because the pump speeds were different, so the pump speed was slower, but the fans were higher, I would have expected about the same on the temps. But it shows that moving the water through the system slower, but putting air through the radiator faster is an improvement on the temps by quite a bit. We're doing pretty good. So yeah, we're sort of getting between 5 to 10. It's not an accurate test because obviously the maps are different on when I've done the recordings because the map changed in World of Warships. So there's a little bit of difference there. As I say, the audio level is about 65 decibels, and that's on the lowest fan settings. If you ramp them up, if you want it cooler, then you can get it cooler than that. Obviously, if you ramp it up, you're going to cool it better. But bear in mind, my ambient temperatures are probably about 35 degrees, between 35 and 40. So you're not going to get that much more out of it for the additional noise. So I kind of like it on the minimum fan settings to reduce the noise, because I like to hear what's going on in the games and stuff myself. And 52 degrees on the CPU and 55 degrees on, or sorry, yeah, it varies. It goes 45 to 50. You know, a little bit there. We hit 57 then on both of them. So yeah, about 45 to 50 degrees average on gaming I've seen. Sometimes it spikes a little bit higher. That to me, on a 12-core 24-thread processor, is very adequate cooling. And I don't see any issues long term with that. And the fact that the GPU, again, is sat at 56 degrees shows that this case is really good at maintaining a good temperature. It is a fantastic case we've got, which is the BeQuiet 802 Silent Base. Phenomenal cooling in this now. Like, to get that there on a 12-core with a 3080 running, and my windows are closed because obviously I like to keep the noise out of the flat as well because I live near a main road. It's doing a pretty good job. Anyway, let's get on with the video. So I don't think you'll do a lot better than that. But it works so good. Look at it, and it looks gorgeous. As I say, I'll try and get a nighttime shot tonight. But let me see if I put my other lights on. But that doesn't really help. Makes the camera look better. But it just, like, your eye, it's one of those things that your eyes can see better than the camera can. The lens just can't pick it up. You get the glare off of it, which is such a shame. And no matter where I put the camera, I don't think I'm not going to get it look good. I mean, you can sort of see it there, actually. There you go. That is a really good representation of what it looks like. It looks fantastic. I wonder if that works in the GPU. The GPU just produces so much light. But that does look gorgeous, and you can flick it around and set it on all sorts of profiles, so I can link them on rainbow. Can I do it on rainbow? What that does. There we go. Look at that. Wow. Rainbow colours. That looks so good. That looks so good. I could set the keyboard up and mouse to do the same. I prefer a set colour. A static one. I think that's the wrong colour. It's gone red. We've gone AMD. There we go. Set that. We unlink them. There we go. That's my current colour scheme at the moment. I'll have to try it in orange later. I'll do it when it's dark. But yeah, all in all, it's gone in brilliantly. Desktop sits about 35 degrees, 40 degrees. Quite warm in here today. I've rolled up my sleeves. It is a hot day, which doesn't help. But it's going good. What's ambient link? I don't know what ambient link is on the software. I don't know what that is. But yeah, there's the software. I haven't shown you my keyboard. I'll try and get this at night time as well, but I've got replaced the keyboard recently, which I've got a G910. Focus, will it? And the new mouse, I've got a G502, which I'm really liking. But yeah, mega thanks to BeQuiet. I'll pop some other stuff up on the screen and finish the video off. But all in all, it works perfectly. Gone in straight away, very easy to install. It's what you expect on temps and that. I mean, in game, like under a heavy load, I'm getting about 50, 55 degrees, which is similar to the Pure Loop. So it's not like, and that's under full load. That's not too bad, I don't think. Especially when you see these 12th gens running at almost 100. You know, that's acceptable temperatures. There's a bit of heat there, but that's pretty good, and it's not loud. Especially when I got the side panel on. I got the side panel off just because I wanted to check it out. But guys, that's going to be a lot for today. So if you've liked it, obviously hit that like button. Share the video out. Try and get a load of views on these, because this really does help me out with the hardware. Because like, hardware is expensive for me to get hold of, and I like to think it helps you guys as well, and shows you a lot of what we're working for. And these sort of things, especially the water cooler and the case, you know, I can 100% recommend those, like RAM and stuff. I'm talking to another supplier at the moment, trying to get something else, but I think that might be a bit out of my league, but we're working on something, which I'd love to bring to the channel, but not everybody would have a use for, unfortunately, which means it's probably only going to get a tiny amount of views on my channel. But we'll see what we do. So until the next time, it is a goodbye from me for now. Bye bye, guys.